Hey there, welcome back to another video. My name's Mallory and today we are going to be talking about 3 ways you can improve your English listening at home alone. I'm all alone, there's no one here beside me.
But you gotta have friends. Stop singing!
Anyway, stay until the end of this video because I actually have some additional bonus tips for you that you're definitely going to want to hear. And with that, let's get into it. The first way you can improve your English listening skills at home is by using audiobooks. Now, the way I like to do this is I like to pair an audiobook with a physical book. That way, I can listen to the book in the language that I'm learning and see the words on the page at the same time and make that kind of mind to physical connection. I also like to do this because it helps me see how certain words are pronounced. Sometimes words in the languages that you're learning have letters or things that may look like your first language but are pronounced totally different. So being able to see them on the page will allow you to connect the dots in that way. Meanwhile, you're still improving your listening, right? Because you're continuing to listen to the audio and internalize that. And maybe you already know how to read or you understand English in writing better than you understand in listening. If that's the case, then you may already kind of know what's going on the page and you're just connecting that with the listening at the same time. The second tip that I have for you today is to watch more YouTube videos. And I promise this is not a plug for my own channel. Although if that's where you want to watch videos to improve your English, I'm not gonna stop you. But my point is, you can find videos on anything online, and there are endless amounts of materials in English on any topic you can really think of. So whatever interests you, that is what you're gonna wanna watch. The reason that you're gonna wanna do this is because if you try to listen to teachers talking all the time or information from different videos that aren't really what you're interested in, you're gonna get bored, you're going to lose motivation, and it's not gonna be very fun. So if you find things that you're interested in, not only will you be improving your listening by watching the video, but you can also put on English captions if you really need to have that word to listening effect, similar to the way that you did when you're reading a book and also listening to an audiobook at the same time. The third tip that I have for you today.
Please number 3, my lord. Oh, okay. Number 3
is taking online classes. I would just like to take a second to acknowledge the fact that I've now made 2 Shrek references in one video, and I'm also kind of giving off some Princess Fiona vibes today. I want to be very specific here. I am not talking about English classes online. Though if that is something that you want to do, I'm definitely not going to stop you. But what I'm specifically talking about is continuing your learning just in your life. What are you interested in? Ask yourself, why are you learning English in the first place? What is your end goal that you are using English for? Depending on what you're interested in, English could be a big stepping stone into helping you get the most out of that passion or that dream, right? So continuing your learning, doing the thing that you're interested in, that you love, but doing that in English, that is going to be a way to improve your listening skills while really staying motivated because you're connecting those 2 dots, right? You're connecting what your goal is with why you're learning English in the first place. And that's gonna help you motivation-wise if you ask me. What I will say too is that you can find courses like this anywhere. I mean, I mentioned YouTube before, and if you're looking for a free option, there are still so many resources to learn new things on YouTube. But you can also go to other sites like, I don't know, Skillshare, Udemy, Masterclass. There are really endless things, and there are so many online events you can attend, things like that. So I would definitely recommend continuing to learn, continuing all the things that you're interested in your life. I interviewed a wonderful woman named Damia Mendoza recently, and one of the biggest points that she brought up about her English language journey was that she did not stop living her life to learn English. And she mentioned that she feels like a lot of people just put their whole life on pause to focus on English. But I am telling you, you do not need to do that. She took classes that interested her in English, and that's how she learned, and you can do the exact same thing. And since this video is focused on how you can do that at home, that is why I'm talking about online events or any classes you can think of that will continue your English language learning journey in a way that is fun for you. One bonus tip that I have for you, if you really want to go the extra mile and get the most out of your listening activities, is to journal about what you've been listening to or what you've been listening about. If you write down what you've learned and the different things that you've heard, that's really going to tap into the part of your brain where you need to recall information. So not only are you soaking in the information by listening, but you're also making sure that you're actually learning and retaining that information. And there's two reasons why this is helpful. One of the reasons why this is extremely helpful is because of a concept that when you teach something, you learn it twice. And I know that you're journaling, you're not teaching someone, but it kind of has the same effect. I know for me, when I'm teaching or working with students, I already know English and I'm teaching them because I understand it, but they tend to ask questions or think about things in a way where they ask me things and I relearn it too. I start to understand it differently. Now, you're not teaching someone, but by journaling about it, you might notice things that you didn't notice the first time. And it's almost like you're teaching yourself again. The second reason this is helpful is because it will help you with your vocabulary recall. So if you were listening to something and you came across a new term or a few new words, then if you're writing about it, you'll have to remember what those words were, and maybe you look up their spelling and you write the definition next to them, and suddenly you've added more to your vocabulary. Now, you may need to go back to whatever you were watching or listening to and try to find that word and write it down. Or maybe even in your process while you're listening, you can pause the audio, write down the word, maybe you pull up the captions or something like that to get it, and then you add it to a list so that you can look it up later. And one of the biggest things that I like to do to take this even another step further is to use this app called Anki. And you don't have to use this app, but I find it helpful because it's digital. You can also add recordings. So what I will do is I could go to Google Translate or even the audio that I was listening to originally and record the word or maybe the word in the sentence it was used so that I can hear it. And then what I'll do is record myself saying that same word or that same phrase so that I can hear the two side by side. And that way, I'm not only practicing my listening skills and learning new vocabulary, but I'm also practicing my speaking and my pronunciation. So I think it's a pretty good tip. You're definitely killing more than just two birds with one stone. A phrase that if you're learning English, just let me know in the comments below if you want me to explain it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, I actually have another video about how you can improve your English pronunciation at home, and I will link that video up here and down here. If you want to see more content like this and want to keep moving your English forward, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification to get notified every time I post a new video. And with that, remember, you got this. Thanks for watching.